Now from Citi Field in Flushing, Queens, welcome to Major League Baseball on MLB Network. It's Game 1 of the World Series between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the New York Mets. It's the Fall Classic, Game 1 of the World Series. Next. Jacob deGrom gets the call on the mound here at home for Game 1 of the World Series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Jacob deGrom is just a solid pitcher. He's not overpowering in any sense with any of his three pitches. Good sinking fastball, 93 to 96, great slider, and a really good changeup. What makes him so good?
Drawing closer to the start of Game 1, let's join public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2022 New York Mets.
And with that, let's take a look at the Angels starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, you always have to beware of Mike Trout. He's hit 5 home runs in his last 10 games, so he's got to be oozing with confidence right now. He's the guy in that lineup that these pitchers have to hold down if they're going to even try to be successful.
Jacob deGrom gets the call on the mound here at home for Game 1 of the World Series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Jacob deGrom is just a solid pitcher. He's not overpowering in any sense with any of his three pitches. Good sinking fastball, 93 to 96, great slider, and a really good changeup. What makes him so good? He'll throw all three of his pitches at any time.
Okay, here's how the Mets are lining up defensively. And how fortunate are we that we get to watch the Gold Glover play some center field today. He's on every highlight reel on the regular, making huge plays for his defense, saving runs, throwing guys out at the plate.
Batting third, the center fielder, John Brown.
Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. Goddard corrals it. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. We've played an inning. No score here on MLB Network. Settling in now, Brady Goddard. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
The catcher, Brady Goddard.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. High in the air out to center field. Moving under it, Brown. He's got it one away. Striding into the box, Sean Brown. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Brown.
And here's the 3-2 from him. Goes the other way and sends it deep down the right field line. And that baby's gone. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. His first homer so far in the series, and the Mets move out to a 2-1 lead.
We were wondering who was going to strike first with the long ball. What a moment for him right there. Home run in the World Series. No one can ever take that away from you.
Sean Brown will stand in again as we flash you back here to the fourth inning. This was a two-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. Three runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. On the ground to third. Sano is right there on to first, and there are 2 down. Here's Justin Upton now. No career numbers to talk about for this matchup. We're in the 7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score. Hammered the other way to deep right field. Richard ranging back to the track, to the wall, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. Justin Upton with the solo home run, his first homer here in the series, and the Angels are back within 1. It's a 3-2 ball game now.
I'm cold in this booth, so I know those players have to be cold out there. But it doesn't matter to him. He still has enough power to knock it out of the park, to the opposite field, no less. Now that is some man strength.
Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
Travis leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Brown is in pursuit. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. It's the Mets 5 and the Angels 2. Standing in, Sean Brown. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Yeah, Matt. Books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage.
Well, this one had its moments of drama and excitement. In the end, these guys came away with the victory and look on to the next one.
And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game, and this man right here certainly did. He's our top player of the game.
And Matty, I think you're absolutely right. Some guys just seem to thrive under the bright lights of the World Series, while other guys fade into the background. He was brilliant in this one, and this is some well-earned recognition.
5-2 the final score tonight. New York win the World Series opener and take a 1-0 lead. Jacob deGrom earns the victory on the mound. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac and Heidi Watney on the field, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network. Have a good night, everybody.
The final line score for our ball game tonight: for the victorious New York Mets. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base.
Now from Citi Field in Flushing, Queens, welcome to Major League Baseball on MLB Network. Between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the New York Mets. It's Game 2 of the World Series. Next. Robert Gesellman will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, when you look up the word dependability in the dictionary, that's what this guy, you'll find a picture of this guy. Career ERA just under 3.5, and that's saying quite a lot in the high-scoring games that we see in baseball going on right now. Real solid pitcher control.
Getting close to first pitch here. Let's listen in to public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2022 New York Mets.
And with that, let's take a look at the Angels starting lineup. Mark DeRosa, tell us a little bit more about this lineup.
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one. Okay, here's how the Mets are lining up defensively. And how fortunate are we that we get to watch the Gold Glover play some center field today. He's on every highlight reel on the regular, making huge plays for his defense, saving runs, throwing guys out at the plate, diving in the gap with his hair on fire.
Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. Lifetime matchup numbers with Gesellman. He enters with 19 hits in 80 at-bats. And of those hits, 3 of them were of the home run variety. Travis, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. Brown facing back. But he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
This thing stays in the park, but let me tell you something. He absolutely crushed this thing. This park is no bandbox. It takes a lot to get one out of here, and he almost does it.
Standing in now with runners in scoring position, Brady Goddard. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. High in the air into shallow left center. Brown giving chase. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out. And there will be no advance here. It's a wasted opportunity as the bases remain loaded with 2 away now. Stepping in, Sean Brown, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Sure.
Now another 1-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Mets go down 1-2-3. They're down 1-0.
Batting 9, the pitcher, number 17, Shohei Ohtani.
Angels lead at 1-0 here in inning number 2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Brown is right there, and that's out number 2. In is Christian Yelich. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yelich.
Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Gonzalez ranging into the outfield. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. Angels are gone in order, and after an inning and a half, it's 1-0. Stepping up now, Ryan Salazar, and their runners at the corners now.
Ryan Salazar.
Comes set, the 0-1. Hops this one up. Gonzalez is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. Angels strand a couple. Home half of the third coming up, tied at 1. Standing in, Sean Brown. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he...
Liner in there for a base hit.
Just an absolute laser that time, screaming off the bat, if you will, and Showtrack tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by.
With Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian as Michael Conforto digs into the left side of the batter's box to start things out. Hard hit ball to second, and that is just past his outstretched glove, and that ought to be a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second, as there are 2 aboard now.
Boy, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Row. First baseman has to hold that runner on. That leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw where it was aligned and tried to beat it.
Third baseman, Derek Dietrich.
A throw behind the runner at second. A dive, but he's back. Brown over at second. Conforto at first with no outs. Now a bunt attempt here. And the throw will come to first, so the sacrifice works as planned. So it's second and third with 1 gone now. And the big right-handed bat of Randall Grichuk saunters into the batter's box next. And it looks as though the decision makers in the dugout will give him a free pass to first. So the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk. And the force play is now in order. So stepping in, Dominic Smith, 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And this is swung on and missed. Oh, a huge punch out there as the bases remain loaded with 2 away now.
I'm really impressed by that strikeout, and I'll tell you why. He should have gotten a call on the pitch before, and it looked like he got squeezed a little bit. In a bases-loaded situation, that could drive a guy nuts, drive you crazy. What I loved is he didn't let him take it out of his game, and he came back with another good pitch and got the punch out. A really nice job of taking it one pitch at a time.
He's set. The 3-2. Swing, and he pops him up. And this should get him out of it. Salazar is there as he makes the catch, and they'll tightrope out of danger as he strands the bases loaded. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Digging in now, Devin Travis. Lifetime matchup numbers with Gesellman. He's got a 3-for-5 line. The 1-2. Drives it out to deep right center field. Brown is in pursuit. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Digging in and looking for more, Sean Brown. He singled his last time up.
Sean Brown.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Come on, get it.
Back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game.
As a batter right there, that's exactly the pitch your eyes light up on. You know he's known for a nasty split finger, but he left that one thigh high, and the batter did exactly what he's supposed to.
So striding in, Michael Conforto. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and two gone here in the fifth. Throw over to first, and he'll get back in safely. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. We're through 5 here at the ballpark, all tied at 1-1. So a runner at first now with nobody out, and that'll bring up the dual threat of Shohei Ohtani. Lifted into the air out toward center field. Brown sprinting after it. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Here's Miguel Sano.
Up next for the Angels, the third baseman.
1 run, 5 hits, and no errors to this point for the Angels. Fly ball out toward left center field. Calling for it, Conforto. And he makes the catch for the second out. Two very well-pitched games thus far. There you see it. Each team with a 1 and a whole lot of zeros. 1-1 our score at this point in the ball game. Things have been tight throughout. Into the box now, Sean Brown.
The center fielder, Sean Brown.
Multiple ways you can go fastball up, you can go breaking ball down. One of the keys getting ahead, and he's done a very good job of that so far.
Oh, and there's the good curveball as he set down on strikes for the second time here tonight.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game, and this man right here certainly did. He's our top player of the game.
And Matty, I think you're absolutely right. Some guys just seem to thrive under the bright lights of the World Series, while other guys fade into the background. He was brilliant in this one, and this is some well-earned recognition.
Tonight's game comes to an end. 5-1 the final score. The New York Mets get the win to jump out to a 2-0 series lead. Hansel Robles pitches well enough to get the W. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian. We all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
The final line score for our ball game tonight: for the victorious New York Mets, 5 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors. They left 7 men on base.
We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's Game 4 of the World Series between the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Game 4 of the World Series comes up next. Parker Bridwell is the man on the mound for the 4th game of the series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy pitched well in his last one, getting through 7 innings in his last start. We'll see if he can turn in another quality start and pick up the win in this one also.
Home side about to take the field. This place is jumping. Here's public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2022 Los Angeles Angels.
And now a chance to meet the Mets. What's this club going to need to focus on this evening, Mark?
Matty, I love the way this lineup's constructed. Talking to the manager before the game, he focused on the fact that they have a pass the baton mentality. Everything's flowing for this lineup. Chance to score a lot of runs.
Parker Bridwell will be on the mound for Game 4. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, this guy also uses that pitch that's kind of in vogue in the game now, that cutter. It looks to the hitter like a 4-seam fastball, and the next thing you know, it's running in on you. Mariano Rivera used that pitch exclusively in the 9th inning and broke a lot of bats, and this guy joins a long list of guys that have added the cutter to his repertoire.
Time for a look at the Angels on defense. And let's take a look at Andrelton Simmons. You can argue this is the best defender in all the sport. Range, first step, quickness, whatever you want to throw out there. This
coming to the plate now, Sean Brown, and he could give his. Back up the middle. And there's a base hit as the runner will score from third, and that gives the Mets a 1-0 lead.
Hey, good job of hitting right there, D. A runner on third, less than 2 outs. All you want to do is put the ball in play. He did just that. Hits a grounder right up the middle that drives in a run.
Yeah, it took it right back at where it came from. All you're trying to do is avoid the corners. Hit something hard up the middle, whether it be on the ground or in the air. You're going to drive the run in.
The left fielder, number 30.
Brown stands at first with 1 out. Here's a look over to first. A dive, but he's back. The 3-1 pitch. Strike called. Now the throw down. And he's safe.
Some managers treat the postseason as a time to be aggressive, and that's exactly the case here. They had the speed burner on the move, and it worked out nicely for him. Just got to drive him in now.
There's a swing and a high pop-up. Simmons is calling for it, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Derek Dietrich.
Two out here and a runner at second. High in the air into shallow left center. Yelich is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Mets played a run on a couple of hits. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Mets 1 and the Halos coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network.
Batting sixth, the catcher, Brady Goddard.
Now here it comes. Hit out towards second. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Digging in, Sean Brown. He singled his last time up.
Sean Brown.
2 out, nobody on. Towards second.
Find the ball.
Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Mets go down 1-2-3, but they're on top 2-0.
And leading up for the Angels, the first baseman, Ryan Salazar.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Brown coming on. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Back to the top of the order now. And up next, the sweet swinging left-handed hitting outfielder Christian Yelich.
Christian Yelich.
Liner in there for a base hit. So good work on a 1-2 count to get on base. So coming to the plate, Sean Brown. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Well, so he was confident doubling up. Does he triple up on it?
It's always tough to go back to back to back. It's not
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. So they go down without a whimper here. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Mets 2 and the Angels nothing. Stepping up to the plate, Shohei Ohtani. 0 for 2 for him to this point. The 3-2 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Conforto on the move, but it's the center fielder who gets there, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. Game 4 heads to the 7th inning now, and we are tied 2-2. Next up for New York, Sean Brown. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and he did.
3 runs already home here. Hit out towards second. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
Well, I think he took it for granted there a bit. Probably thought he had it in the bag, and he just lost concentration for a minute. Now his pitcher has to pick him up with 2 outs.
Striding into the box, Michael Conforto. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Brown, the runner at first with 2 gone. A bouncer to the left side. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. So they get 3 runs on 2 base hits, with one of them being the big home run. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Mets lead it 5-2. Here's Miguel Sano, and they're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got a significant hill to climb, but they've got to take it one bat at a time. A couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
Hits are even right now at 5 aside. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Angels strand a couple. They trail 5-2.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game, and this man right here certainly did. He's our top player of the game.
And Matty, I think you're absolutely right. Some guys just seem to thrive under the bright lights of the World Series, while other guys fade into the background. He was brilliant in this one, and this is some well-earned recognition.
5-2 the final score tonight. New York move a win away from a championship as they've taken a 3-1 series lead. Steven Matz gets the W on the mound. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney on the field, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network. Have a good night, everybody.
The final line score for our ball game tonight: for the victorious New York Mets, 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 4 runners on base.
MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's the pivotal Game 5 of the World Series between the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on MLB Network. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Danny, this is still anyone's series here as we get ready for Game 5.
Well, they're down 3-1, so it's do or die time now. That's not a good place to be, obviously, but we do see some teams play their best when their backs are up against the ropes. The key is to just take it one game at a time and not worry about how many more wins you need.
The build-up to this one is just about over. It's time for all the drama of World Series baseball on MLB Network, and we'll have it all for you next. Getting close to first pitch here. Let's listen in to public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2022 Los Angeles Angels.
And briefly here, a glance at the two starters who'll get the ball here in this one. And now a chance to meet the Mets. What do you have on this lineup as they go for a championship here on the road, D-Row?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you'd get in a car to drive to the yard, you'd tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one. Here's how the Halos are going to line up on defense. And let's take a look at Andrelton Simmons. You can argue this is the best defender in all the sport. Range, first step, quickness, whatever you want to throw out there, this is one of the best in the game.
Now at the plate, Sean Brown. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
As an offensive player, you've got to build that rapport with the umpire. He can't give him anything off the inside half of the plate.
Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his second home run of the series, and the Mets are on the board first, 1-0.
I think if this pitch would have been a little higher and in on his hands, it would have been effective. But he left this one belt high. Big mistake. He's a guy that will feast.
Batting second, the second baseman, Kevin Robert.
Line toward right center. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down. He looks terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason monster right here. Having it.
Batting fourth, the third baseman, Miguel Sano.
Lifted in the air to shallow center field. Brown is in pursuit. He can't get there as it falls in. And to score from third is the tying run. It's 1-1.
Boy, there are big RBIs and big base hits there, Will, but none more than with 2 outs. A big 2-out knock right there. Not only ties things up, but keeps the inning going as well.
Yeah, just a great approach right there by the.
Digging in to try it again, Sean Brown. He went deep in his first at bat. We'll see what he's got. Job behind the plate to keep it at arm's length. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. On a rope to the second baseman. Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. He has no prior history against this pitcher.
Mike Trout.
The 2-2. Swing and a little blooper to center. Echeverria into shallow center, and that's in there. Base hit. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one down. And he's going to make it easily. It's a stand-up triple. Now at the plate, Brady Goddard. He drew a walk his first time up.
Goddard.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Back up the middle. And that's through for a hit.
Cut. Nobody.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them. Drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good 2-strike adjustment, able to punch a ground ball through a hole.
Stepping in, Sean Brown. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. 1-2.
Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning.
So 1 run here on 1 hit, which was the home run. No errors and no one left on base. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. Mets out in front 7-2. And now for the Angels, Brady Goddard. He singled his last time up.
Brady Goddard.
And the payoff pitch. Lazy fly ball out to center field. Brown coming in. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Angels go down 1-2-3. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Stepping into the box, Sean Brown. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Yeah. Nimmo stands at first with 1 out. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2. Ready once again, Sean Brown. He's 1 for 4 for the game. 1 out, nobody on. Hit sharply toward the right side. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Man, you smoked that thing. That a boy. Good job.
Standing in, Michael Conforto. It was a walk in his last trip.
Conforto.
Now a throw over and a dive, but he's back. And again a throw, and he'll dive back in safely. Skied into straightaway right. Cornell is there. And he makes the catch for the second out. Digging in, Derek Dietrich. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Dietrich.
Here's a look over to first. And a dive, but he's back in. This is hit the other way out toward left field. After it is Yelich. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Mets leave one. They're on top 7-2. Now at the plate, John Cornell.
Now batting, right fielder, John Cornell.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing, and he gets under this one as it's hit in the air to shallow center. And he will make the play. 2 away now. Back now on the show. It's all over, and you see the reactions there to the final out. And down on the field, we'll get a chance to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new world champs.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious New York Mets. 7 runs on 10 hits. No errors. They left 14 men on base.